Question number 10, Sue Moroney.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Women's Affairs and asks, what highlights, if any, on gender equality and women's empowerment will she report to the United Nations Special General Meeting in March?
The Honourable Pansy Wong.
Mr Speaker, I am surprised that the Labour spokesperson for Women's Affairs has not read the New Zealand government's response.
Order. Now, I say to the Minister, in fairness, the question simply asked what highlights, if any, on gender equality and women's empowerment will she report to the United Nations Special General Meeting in March? It is not an excuse for the Minister to be surprised about anything that Labor might be doing. It is asking what the Minister is planning to do. And to deviate from telling the House what the Minister is planning to do is to treat the House with some contempt. Mr. Speaker,
Mr. Speaker, the highlights, etc., are contained in the New Zealand government's response to the United Nations questionnaire on gender equality and women's empowerment dated October 2009. Mr. Speaker, I would have seek the leave to allow me to table this 19-page document, but I know you disallow it because it's publicly available. And the member can go to www.un.org/womenwatch.
Sue Moroney.
Speaker, supplementary. Will she report that last year 27,000 women lost their jobs in New Zealand, that 60% of the newly jobless are women, and that she stood by while her government axed the Pay and Employment Equity Unit?
The Honourable Pansy Wong.
Mr. Speaker, unfortunately, the period cover is for the last 10 years, so the recent occurrence and the recession is just on the edge of that report. But Mr. Speaker, that is why our Prime Minister, the Honourable John Key, has placed so much focuses on economic growth in his Prime Minister's statement. And Mr. Speaker, some of that unemployment figure was due to the growing workforce because the number of jobs have actually not decreased significantly.
Sue Moroney.
To the Minister, will she then report that now New Zealand is out of recession, her government will reinstate pay equity investigations for school support staff and for social workers that her government axed last year because of the recession?
Honourable Pansy Wong.
Speaker, the national government does not operate in rear vision mirror. We forge forward. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Women Affairs got $2 million over the 4 years to construct four work streams that would absolutely take our women forward and not backwards under Labour.
Sue Moroney.
Was she so desperate to claim any achievement for women under her government that she instructed her officials to report to the United Nations?
Point of order, the Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
A member can't ask a question with that sort of inflammatory material in the front end. The standing orders are very clear, just as you are with the Minister about ensuring that answers are straightforward. The member equally needs to follow the same standing orders.
Again, I think the Minister has raised a reasonable point that while the language was not in itself objectionable, I think the assertion that a Minister might have been desperate is not an acceptable way really to start a question. I invite Sue Moroney to reword that question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Why has she instructed her officials to report to the United Nations that paid parental leave was extended to 14 weeks in 2009, when in fact that happened in 2005 under Labour and National voted against it?
The Honourable Pansy Wong.
Unlike Labour, we never instruct our officials. They do their research and they put it up objectively. We do not instruct any cover-up like Labour.
Question. Point of order, is it Sue Moroney?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I seek leave to table a document from the New Zealand Government's response to the UN questionnaire showing that they've reported to the United Nations
Order. Leave is sought to table the New Zealand response to that questionnaire. Is there any objection? There is no objection.
Point of order.
Point of order, Sue Moroney.
I seek leave to table a document from the Business and Professional Women of New Zealand on Equal Pay Day, the 18th of February 2010. This is the document that came with the red bag.
Let me be very clear. Is this a press release?
No, it's a fact sheet. It's a fact sheet.
Leave is sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is objection. Question.
Point of order.
Point of order, Sue Moroney. Order.
Point of order. Mr Speaker, I seek leave to table a document showing that the male-female wage gap has gone from 13.8% to 2008.
Order. The practice that the member's just adopted, the member will resume her seat, is unacceptable. She should describe what the document is before she goes into lengthy diatribe about what's in it, so that the House at least hears what the document is.
Yeah, this is from the Parliamentary Library, Mr Speaker, Statistical Bulletin,
Parliamentary
Salary
Library.
and Wage Rates. I note that the Minister said that she would table a document.
Order. Is this a statistical release from our own library?
It's a statistical bulletin from the Parliamentary Library Research.
It's available to all members. We're not going to seek leave to table documents all members have.
It's not available to all members. You've got to ask for it to be researched.
Sorry?
It's difficult.
I want to establish whether this document is a document provided in response to a request from the member herself to the library.
Yes.
I apologise.
Yes, it's been provided in a request.
I do apologise to the member.
It's a statistical bulletin, salary and wage rates, showing that in 2008 the male-female wage gap is 13.8% and in 2009 14.8%.
Leave is sought to table that document. Is there any objection? Order. There was too much noise while a point of order was being heard and I could not hear whether there was any objection or not. I'm going to put leave again. Leave is sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is objection. Question number 11, Nikki Kay.